Hey guys, before I bring you to today's great content, I want to remind you of a few things. Number one, we're in the month of June, which is the last month of quarter number 2 for 2024. The next thing I want to remind you is that means that you have just one more month to take advantage of our Pro Web initiative, which is basically saving you 50% on a brand new website that's fully functional, has a scheduler, and a host of other things there. So if you don't want to miss out on this opportunity, click on the Pro Web link below in the show notes and find out more about this wonderful promotion. Once again, we are ending this promotion as of June 30th, 2024. And I don't want you to miss out. So head on over to the show notes, look for the Pro Web link, click on it, and get all the information right then and there. So until then, enjoy the content.
Hello and welcome to Marketing Solutions for Local Law Firms, the podcast that provides you with all the latest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. If you are looking to substantially increase your caseload in the next 6 months, this is the podcast for you. And now, here's the host of our show, the local business guy himself, Frank Deming.
Hello, everyone. This is Frank Deming, the local business guy, and welcome to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Law Firms. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, everyone. I hope you guys are having a rockin' week thus far. Today is the last episode of the second quarter of 2024. So, which means this is actually ends the first half of 2024. Incredible. I can't believe it. We got here so fast. So with that in mind, I want to talk to you about reflecting on the first half of the year. This is very important that we reflect on the first half of the year and see if we are on track into what we wanted to accomplish when we first started. As attorneys, I know we're very busy people, and you are always in court. You're always helping your clients doing whatever it is that you're doing. But we're also business owners. Okay, so as a business owner, this is something that we have to do. We find ourselves in the midpoint of the year. Okay. And it's astounding to me because I can remember just like yesterday when we just popped the cork for 2024. And here we are in June already. Actually July, really. I mean, if you think about it, next week we'll be in July. Unbelievable. This is the best moment to pause and reflect, guys, and evaluate. Okay. And then what we want to do is you want to have a guide to success in the second half. Irrespective of where you are. Let's say you're way ahead of the game of where you thought you would be. Doesn't mean that you lay back and say chill because you're gonna be able to rock and roll and kick butt, right? No, you never know. I mean, you can have a huge nosedive of a second half. This is where we put the pedal to the metal and keep going. This is how I see it. Okay, so here's what you want to do. I want to give you 10 things that you want to do during this time, and just take the time and do it. And a lot of these things are going to be sound obvious, but the unfortunate thing is I find that a lot of people don't do this in business, and especially if you're an attorney, you're so busy, you really want to do this. Okay, all right, number one, you want to review your goals. You want to begin to revisit your goals, and you want to set that you set in the beginning of the year. Like we talk about this all the time. I always like to set my goals in November for the following year. October, November, that time frame. That's when I like to do it. And then you start hitting the ground running. So you want to assess and you want to revisit those things that you did in the beginning, and you want to assess which ones that you've achieved or at least close to achieving, or at least earmarked as you think you'll achieve by December of this year. All right. Which ones are still in progress? Which ones are still struggling? Okay. This is part of your review process. Next thing you want to do is you want to celebrate your achievements. Always celebrate. I remember I was coaching with someone one time, and he always told me, Frank, you have to achieve, you have to celebrate what that is. Reward yourself. Don't think of yourself as, oh man, that was cool. That's what I was supposed to do, and that's it. No. Motivate yourself. Celebrate your achievements. Number 3, you want to analyze challenges. You got to reflect on the obstacles that you encountered during the first half of the year. Okay. You want to identify recurring patterns. You also, or issues that probably are hindering your progress. You want to understand the challenges that you faced, and that will be and you want to develop the strategies to overcome it in the future, because these challenges are probably going to repeat themselves. Number 4, you want to assess your strategies, evaluate the effectiveness of the strategies. You really, like whatever that is, like for instance, if you did any kind of online marketing and you got X amount of results on it, assess the strategies that you did. You want to revisit them. You want to, maybe double down on something that was working really good, double down on it. And really check it out for the second half. Really, really hone in on that, because that's going to actually help you catapult to the next level and get you in a better position for the second half. Number 5, you want to take stock of resources. You want to review the resources, financial, time, human resources, all that stuff, right? That you allocated, towards your goals, right? So whatever that you allocated towards your goals, being in financial, time, and humans, you want to assess that. You want to take stock, of the resources, right? And you want to assess whether they were utilized optimally, or whether any adjustments are needed to ensure that that resource efficiency is in the future. I like to do this quarterly, actually, not not in the halfway mark, but definitely you want to do it in the halfway mark at least. I personally like to do that part quarterly. Number 6, you want to seek feedback. Reach out to mentors, colleagues, trusted friends, and just get feedback on your progress. Let's say you're a partner with your, let's say you're a 2-man operation. Get feedback from your partner. Whatever that is, get feedback. Number 7, you want to identify areas of improvement. Of course, that should go without saying. You want to reflect back on and pinpoint specific areas where you can improve, because you want to do this really, really quick. I put that as 7, but you want to do this really, really quickly. Okay. All of these are very important. There's no really order, but just understand, identify areas of improvement is very important. 8, set clear objectives. Okay. You have to, once you have the insights from the review that we're doing right now, you have to set clear objectives, actionable objectives for the second half. Okay. Break down your goals into like smaller, manageable tasks and chunks, and you want to keep yourself accountable. Accountability is very important. You have that accountability partner with you too. 9, develop a plan. You want to outline a detailed plan for action, and guide it towards your objectives. Okay. You want to identify steps that you need to take, or, the resources that are required, after you've done your resource assessment. When you develop this plan, you want to start allocating the resources that are required for it. It could be a little different from what you had in the first half, or it could be the same. Whatever it is that you have to develop a plan for the second half, period. And 10, last but not least, you want to stay flexible. It's important to have a plan, right? But you got to stay flexible in seeing when you want to pull an audible of your plan and see where those changes are. We all know our business. We all know our patterns. We all know what's going on. So you have to stay flexible, pull audibles where it's needed to pull, and then go from there, okay? So just don't be a stagnant person. You don't want to do that. You want to stay flexible at all times, especially when it comes to marketing your business online. Why? Because it always changes. There's always something popped up, and it always changes. So if that, folks, I know this was a very short episode. This is the last episode of June, but I wanted to bring it to you because I wanted you to really understand the power of goal setting and goal reviews, because that's what's going to take you to the next level. So until next week, folks, this has been Frank Bennon, the local business guy. Take care and bye for now. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Law Firms, the podcast that provides you with all the latest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. If you would like to know more about the topic we discussed on the show today, reach out to Frank and his team at 888-416-7752 and schedule a discovery call with one of the marketing consultants. If you'd like to be a guest on our show, send an email to podcast@lbmsllc.com and we will put you on the schedule. With that being said, until next week, make it a successful digital marketing day. Peace out.